Drop out. Be king. Get free or die. Heavy is the head to wear the crown. All right, family. I need y'all to go out there and hit that cash out. I need y'all to hit that cash out. J.A. Power at 718. Okay? Cash out. J.A. Power 718. Okay? Because it take time and, to put together these programs for the people. Period. And see, when you donate to platform that you not believe in, but that speaking the facts, is donating to the future cause of our children. Period. Don't always think somebody try to get some money out your pocket. Because King ain't never asked nobody for nothing. Never in my life. You know what I'm saying? It ain't nothing wrong with asking nobody for nothing. But y'all need to hit that cash out. Please believe it. Because I know my worth. Period. And, if you need, again, we got that King's ransom out there. It ain't it's a give and take. You know what I mean? We got that cash app out, cash app out there. We got the King's ransom out there. $5,000. 1,000. So 5 people gonna win. $1,000. And all you gotta do to enter the sweepstakes is to hit that subscribe button. You see what I'm saying? Hit that subscribe button. Hit that like button. Hit that like button. You know what I'm saying? That's how the people see these programs, okay? And see, we still, and I'm going to get into the election in a minute, but we still, it's stuck, in a perpetual state of repeating the same mistakes over and over and over again. You know what I mean? Not supporting our own. You know what I'm saying? If this program came on CNN or NBC, 1 million people will go out there and watch. Okay? And so we got to support those who support us. Period. Okay? So tonight, family, I got a stupid good program for y'all. Okay? The worship of Saturn, porn festivals, and chist-mas. Okay? I want to give y'all this information. For real, y'all need this shit right here. Ain't nobody else out here giving it up like that. You know what I mean? Ain't nobody else giving it up like that. And those who is, you must support them. You must support them. You know what I mean? Keep them at the head, of your nation and shit. And keep their message out there, period. And that goes for each and every brother and sister out there that's pushing the message, of especially Black Power. Because that's really all I'm concerned with. As long as you down with Black Power and working and acting, in action of, the movement, then, we working, okay? So, that's what we need to be on. We don't, because this shit right here we finna deal with tonight. Y'all got to get up, wake up and get up off of this shit right here, because we bringing you the knowledge. You know what I'm saying? We bringing you the knowledge. So subscribe to the channel, family. Go to the Throne of King Jah Power. Subscribe there also. Subscribe there also. Because we out here. We out here. You know what I mean? People is out here, worshiping pagan festivals. Still, big grown goofy niggas too. You know what I mean? Big grown goofy niggas too. You know what I mean? Still out here, Santa Claus and all of this craziness. You know what I mean? When we need to wake up out our perpetual sleep. Okay? And so again, family, subscribe to the channel. Thumb up the video. Put them hearts in there. See, we going. See, with me, y'all just gonna have to come in when the red light come on. When you see it say live, that's when you need to come in. You know what I mean? See, I can't just go in whenever. I can't just go in whenever. I have to go in when the time is right. I have to go in when the time is right. I can't schedule nothing or none of that. All I can, when I get done handling my business for the day, I come in and I talk to y'all, and I always have a program playing before I was even on live. You know what I mean? I'm always constant. You know what I mean? Constant knowledge, constant jewels, constant information. Period. And we about to dive deep, so buckle up your seatbelts. Get ready, because, you know, y'all just gonna be out there singing Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. All I want is a white Christmas and all of that shit, and you black as hell. Period. You black as hell. I mean, and I'm just being real, and I'm gonna show y'all, you know, the worship of this Saturn and these porn festivals and this Saturnalia that y'all, you know, gonna be out here worshiping for the next, you know, to New Year's. You know what I mean? To New Year's or whatnot. Now, all right, family. Again, thumb up this video. So, I'm going to go right here. Straight to the shit. Look. So, Christmas, the past time of when all faiths put away their beliefs and celebrate paganism. Okay, so if you's a so-called Christian or whatever you supposed to be, you know, you're not supposed to be celebrating this holiday. This holiday. You see what I'm saying? Created by, you know, wicked practices or whatnot. You know, Hallows Eve. Now, I understand these are seasonal videos. Okay? You know, so every Christmas, this video gonna pop up, you know, for the next 10 or 20 years. Okay, so those of y'all who is in here, this is a historical moment. Every time we do a video like this, that's a seasonal video, you know what I mean? But it brings a lot of power. It's gonna last for, you know, umpteen years until, you know, they have to take down YouTube, you know, to get me off of here, period. And so, you know, you dealing with a historical moment. But see, we don't understand the origins of these holidays that we out here, you know, practicing. You know, and we gonna do, you know, Mardi Gras. We gonna do that for the first. So the video, you know, thumb up this video. If you want to see, you know, the Mardi Gras video I got coming on New Year's, make sure you thumb up this video right here, you know. And so, you know, a lot of pagan practices was started during the medieval time. You know, I was earlier in here reading a book called Dirt. And they was talking about, you know, how the Europeans would not bury their dead. They would just, somebody would die and they would just leave them, you know, on the ground or whatnot. And they'd leave it to fester and maggots and all of that, which created the Black Plague. And I'm sitting up here, you know, watching this shit and you know, reading this shit or whatever. And, you know, I'm like, damn, they ain't know how to bury they dead. And then I looked into the book John Henry Clark wrote, which was the Moors in Spain or whatnot. And he was talking about how, you know, the Moors went into Europe and cleaned them up. Shampoo, alcohol, soap, you know, all of that. You know what I mean? And showed them how to bury their dead. Okay? And so, what we dealing with the Christmas thing, you know, this is Christmas, this is you. Can y'all tell me the difference? You know what I mean? But see, we worshiping, you can't serve two masters. You know what I mean? Now, you got two holidays or holidays, which is the same thing. So the Yule is, you know, the medieval time during, you know, the rule of what they call Odin and shit, with, you know, Hansel and Gretel and that type of time. You know, this is when, you know, the witches and shit like that. See, they got a history that's fictional. You know what I mean? The European, his history is fictional. You know, even when you talk about like Rocky and shit, which is a fictional boxer that they, you know, put a statue of in, I think, Washington, D.C. You know what I mean? Now think about that. So the Europeans' history is all fictional. That's why he have to teach the world that, you know, the Great Wall of China was built by white people. The pyramids were built by white people, even though there ain't no pyramids in Europe. And so he creates, you know, a perpetual lie about history so he can keep, that's his history, which is a mythology. You know what I mean? The mythological thinking in his mind, which is totally false, he automatically think that's his history. And that's how he coming with it too. So black people not knowing, they following the same thing around the world. Because I even see black people in Africa celebrating Christmas and talk about they, you know, they want a white Christmas or what, and they don't even snow in Africa. You know what I mean? So it's an indoctrination at the end of the day. This is a people that's from the code, the Vikings. The Vikings, okay? The Vikings. Y'all know about them. Let me go to this next slide right quick, because we got some reading to do now. It's called Yule, and it was taken by the Christians from the Nordic pagans during the Crusades. I celebrate Yule, not your pathological, crazy-ass Christmas. Oh, but what a sin it is. You know what I mean? Down to the tree and the decorations in it. Okay? So you talking about, you know, the white and the red that's on the candy cane. Because you talk about the time of the Crusades. That's when I was showing y'all when we was dealing with Rome, when they was feeding them Christians, you know, to the lions for entertainment. You know what I mean? A lot of those Roman, you know, Colosseums was used for, you know, Christmas, for so-called New Year, Thanksgiving wasn't then, but they had their own. But for all the Easter, you know what I mean? All of that, they would be at the same time killing Christians and becoming Christians. We heard Dr. Clark say that. But see, they keeping the Yule going. You know, you celebrating Yule and think you celebrating the birth of Jesus Christ. This ain't got nothing to do with no damn Jesus Christ. I don't know where people get that from in their head. Okay? And it's silly too. Let's look again. Christmas was the winter solstice, Easter, Halloween, Samhain, Valentine, Ichabod. You see what I'm saying? All of these are Roman holidays, okay? Holidays. And we worshiping the shit, don't know we actually, you know, worshiping the Romans, okay? So Christmas is a pagan ritual stolen or born from Greek and Roman Christianity, aka Saturnalia, aka Saturn, okay, aka Saturn, which came from the Nordics, Yule, okay? The same old Babylonian god worship of the false Messiah. Now, that's from Christianity. That's from the Bible. But people sitting up here saying that the Romans did all of this wicked shit, but then you got a book in the Bible called Romans. If the Romans did all this wicked shit, what is he doing in God's book? So that right there tell you that book done been tampered with. Because what they doing in the book for? So this is a Roman holiday, a Roman god, Jesus, and I'm going to get on that in a minute too. We just now warming up. We just warming up right now. You know what I mean? I'm going to show y'all the meaning of that candy cane, the colors, the decoration, the presents, the tree, and all of that. Now, The winter solstice celebrates themes like salvation, rebirth, renewal. I don't know how you gonna renewal in the middle of winter when you can't grow nothing and talking about it's harvest time. In this cold, go outside right now and plant some seeds. I bet you them shits don't grow. So Saturnalia, Sol, which is Saturn, which is Icarus, on December 25th. Christmas, the birth of the Messiah on December 25th. See, that's what black people think this shit is. It ain't no birth of no Jesus Christ. You know what I mean? Ain't no Jesus Christ. How is it the birth of Jesus Christ and it ain't no Jesus Christ? You see what I'm saying? But I'm going to show where they got this shit from. And the Christmas tree is the Yule log, red, green, and the mistletoe. St. Nicholas is a Santa Claus or Krampus, Santa Claus. The New Year is Hellenic days, Santa Lucia, the crown of candles, and Hanukkah, the reduction of festivals, lights, and Moran. Okay, so all of these are winter festivals. Now, when you talk about the cold, you gonna worship what's gonna keep you alive, like the Yule log. When you go in there and you put logs in the fireplace, it warm you up. Just like if you were a caveman and you were in a cave, and you light that log, it's gonna warm you up. So that's why they worship the pine tree. If you go, to certain parts of the world, it's the coconut tree. You know what I'm saying? Which they call the tree of life. You know what I mean? Now, so this Saul Icarus shit. The unconquerable sun god, which I did the video, the sun god. Go thumb that video, go watch that video, share that video, like this video, and share the video, okay? Now, the solstice feast on December 25th, the climax of Saturnalia 12-day festival period. And the Aryan Romanized Mithra coat, when the Pope deposit 337, when the Pope Julius I Constantine established December 25th as Christmas Day, abolished 390 by Theodosius. Okay, so it was banished way back in the Hellenistic Roman world. Christmas. Okay, and I'm gonna show y'all what they was doing with these, these porn acts and shit, these porn festivals and shit. They wasn't just in there eating. They was eating, but what they was eating, okay? Now, this particular image right here, if y'all, this the image of Versace. This the logo that Versace used, the new cologne that Versace is pushing for Saturnalia. For Saturnalia, you see this shit on TV. You see what I'm saying? Look at the logo that they use for their Saturnalia. It's blue. The cologne is blue. I know y'all done seen that commercial. This the logo that's on the front of that cologne. Saturnalia. Okay, so welcome to Rome. Welcome to Rome. So you worshiping some shit, you don't even know what it is. Hell, most of these white people don't even know what the hell, Saturnalia is. Though a lot of them do know, But we out here just thinking this jolly old Christmas Eve and all that. That ain't got nothing to do with what the true meaning of chist-mas is. See, you worshiping the sun. Every god in history, the major god related himself to the sun. So the sun, and put an anthropomorphic face on it, which in human attributes or characteristics with the inanimate object. Though the sun moves, but, they give it human attributes, is what I'm saying. So it's not an actual human, Mithra or Saturn. That's not an actual human or Jesus or none of that. It's the sun. So they telling you about what God is, but the true God is the sun. Okay? I'm just telling you. But look at that Versace, the new Versace commercial, the new cologne they got. This they logo. Okay? Check me out now. I'm telling y'all. So, the pagan roots of Christmas. Okay? So you got Winter Festival, Saturnalia, Mithra, Nimrod, and Tumas. Okay? And Tumas. So you look right here for the customs of the people are, for one, coat tree of the forest, the deck within the silver and gold that they fasten with their nails and with hammers, it not move. Jeremiah 10, 1 and 8, King James Version. So, worshiping of these festivals and these holidays is against, God. If you were Christian or a Jew, you know what I mean? But the Jews don't worship no Christmas. But even though they control, the politics and the money of Christmas, but Christians out here talk about some silver and gold, silver and gold. Out here listening to the Temptations, they gonna be drinking, fornicating, doing all this Saturnalia shit. We just getting warmed up, family. Thumb up the video so some people can come in here. I got a video to play for y'all in this lecture too. Okay? And it's about this lecture about 60 slides. So we gonna be on here for a minute. Thumb up the video. Thumb up the video right now. Okay? Subscribe to the channel right now. Okay? So let's keep it moving. We gonna get it in. We gonna dive dead into this in a minute now. And I don't care who get offended. I don't care who get offended. You need to wake up. You need to wake up. Saturnalia and Christmas, many of these celebrations for Saturnalia became a part of Christian celebrations of Christmas. It became a part, which means it came from somewhere else. Christmas wasn't started in no America. Okay? The shit came from Europe, from Rome, from Italy. You see what I'm saying? The Vatican control everything now. Okay? So, gift giving, these are the attributes or the celebrations of Christmas. It's going to be gift giving, presents. Okay? So you will know that you worshiping a pagan holiday, even though you saying you worshiping this God or whatever. You know what I mean? You say you worship this God or whatever, but you sitting up here doing immoral acts and celebrations that he don't approve of. And not just everybody too. Okay? Gift giving, wearing a lot of paper hats. Everyone is equal at Christmas. Everyone is equal at Christmas. So, only on Christmas. So this, it got a racist tone to it too. Worship in the church. 90% of the black people out there think they worshiping Jesus when you worshiping Mithra. When you worshiping Mithra and Zeus and Pan, all these Greco-Roman gods on this celebration. And we gonna get into, the pedophilia-ism in Christmas too. Okay? A lot of children go missing on Christmas. Make sure you watch the babies, during, these holidays. Okay? Because it's a lot of creepy crawlies, a whole lot of dusties out here, trying to kidnap. Put your baby in the knapsack, which I'm going to deal with in a little bit, which is the knapsack of Santa Claus. So, Santa Claus. And so, which I'm going to get into in a minute. Don't get me started. Big meal celebrations together. Visiting of friends. Okay? What type of friends? Okay? the time of year Jesus was not born on December 25th. Okay, so y'all Christians and shit keep saying Jesus was born on December 25th when that's just not true. When that's just not true. You know, first of all, ain't never been no man named Jesus. This is the worship of the winter solstice. Okay? The winter solstice. So if Jesus is the Son and God, and God provides everything. He omnipotent, knows everything, sees everything, and he provides substance to you. Try to go out there right now and plant some seeds in the cold. They will not grow. Cause only way, cause it brings warmth. And the warmth is what makes harvest. Okay? Harvest. Okay? So, let me go to the next slide before I be done went in on. Thumb up this video. Period. Because we about to get it in because we get into the good part. Now, okay, let's get it. Same-sex relationships among women are far less documented. And if Roman writers are to be trusted, female homoeroticism may have been very rare. This not true. This them trying to debate, make up an excuse for what went on in Greece and Rome on Christmas, on chist-mas. Okay? So, you look at the Greek statues and the Greek friezes, they always naked. Nobody never asks, why ain't got no clothes on? You see, if the Greeks were so advanced, okay, because the Western world is ran on Greek philosophy. And if they were so advanced, why they ain't never got no clothes on? Okay? I'm going to show y'all some shit now. We going to get to it. Homosexual militaries of ancient Greece, okay, was regarded as a contribution to moral, although the primary example, scarce band of thieves, a unit has said to have been formed of same-sex couples. The Spartans, traditionally of military heroism, and also been explained in the light of strong emotional bonds resulting in homosexual relationships. Various ancient Greek sources record the incidents in the battle motivated by heroic bond. Okay, so many, like I said, y'all be saying, I want to be romantic. I want to be romantic with, well, romance is bromance. So romance, the origin and the etymology of that word has a homosexual origin, okay? Has a homosexual origin, okay? And I'm going to show you the pedophilia they was doing over there too. So, so we just dealt with Greece, now we going to deal with Rome. Because it was prevalent in both cultures, homosexuality, okay? Now, I don't care if you are homo or not. You know what I mean? Hey, we in Rome. This the belly of the beast. Everything gonna go on, okay? These is the people that they say we should worship. The Greeks, the Romans. These are the people that, run Western education. Even though they been long gone and dead. And when you go read about the Greeks and the Romans, which they know most black people ain't gonna never do, okay? Most black people ain't gonna never do. You see this shit right here. Homosexuality in Rome often differs markedly from contemporary Western Latin lacks words translate into homosexual or heterosexual primary document of the ancient sexuality was active in dominant masculinity and submissive feminism. Roman society, as a free-born male citizen, possessed the political liberties and the rights to rule both himself and his household and his family. And the virtues was since active quality which a man could define himself in conquest mentally, a coat of variety spread of same-sex relationships between Roman men were free to enjoy sex with other males. Hold on. Free to enjoy sex without preventing loss of masculinity or social status, as long as they took the dominant perspective in the role. Acceptable when male partners were slaves and former slaves were prostitutes and entertainers whose lifestyle placed them in a social realm included from the normal protections according to a citizen, even if they are technically free. Although the Roman generals seem to have preferred youth between the ages of 20 and 12, and the sexual partners of freeborn male mentors, minors were often off the limits. Certain periods, in certain Roman periods, the professional prostitutes and entertainers might remain sexually available while into adulthood. Listen to that shit now. If you was a servant or a slave or a prostitute or in Rome and Greece, you know, you could be subject to sexual intercourse at any time, being raped by another man. So that's what I was talking about, the alphas and the betas. And, you know, we did the video, the Black Greeks. And, you know, they got fraternities called Alpha and Beta and all of that. Don't understand that shit come from this shit right here. Greece and Rome, where the older men could sleep with younger men. The older women could sleep with younger women. You know what I mean? And so on and so forth. You see what I'm saying? And they could, you know, even if they was a superstar Roman athlete, they could perform, you know, homosexual acts without the society looking at them funny. Okay? So, and entertainers could have sex with each other without man and man. Could have sex with each other without the society looking at them funny. You know what I mean? And it was, you know, basically against the law, you know, to, you know, look at them that way. Like how they got it today for the LGBT community, where, you know, where you have to, you know, if you ain't gonna say nothing good, don't say nothing. That's how they was looking at it in Roman society. Like I said, welcome to Rome. Because this what that is. Even, you know, he a homosexual. I don't care how many muscles he got and how many lions and shit he done fought in the ring. You know, go thumb up them videos and shit. You know, when I did about the Romans or whatnot. Go watch them videos and shit. Part 1 and part 2. You know, and thumb them up so the people can see them. And I'm showing them Roman athletes in there. That's why I started off. Why is the Roman statues or whatnot always naked? And they be men and women, but it mostly be men. You know, so gymnasium, which means is the word for naked. And so, you know, when you play sports in any college or high school or middle school or whatever, it ain't no doors on the showers. Okay? Ain't no doors on the shower. I'm just being real. And I don't care what nobody do. I'm just saying This is history. You know, it wasn't like, you know, they gonna look at you funny if you dealt with this shit. And you were subject to any of that shit all the way to adulthood. From when you was a little child. Now look at this right here. Which Christ is in Christmas? Okay? Upon reviewing this document among many others on the true history and activities behind Christmas, the actual Genesis celebrated is rooted in the occult doctrine actually referring the birth of the dark Christ, Christmas, or Saturnalia, historically incorporates communities into orgies with including children. Okay, hold on now. Saturnalia historically incorporates communities into orgies which includes children. Okay, now let's talk about this right quick. Now, all over the United States, you got these, what they call it? These, naked communities. What they actually call, them naked communities. Where it's a whole lot of, people that live off, you know, it might be a trailer park or anything. You know, where it's like a new community where everybody just naked. You know what I'm saying? I'm showing you how this shit work, okay? And there be children in there too, you know, and I'm telling you. And I done seen on a lot of these crime shows where them little naked communities be pedophile communities. They be pedophile rings where they be, you know, molesting children. And, you know, them motherfuckers needs to be locked up. That's just period. Because that shit is crazy because they living this shit out. But listen to this now. It's an occult doctrine that actually is the birth of the dark Christ or Christmas, chist-mas, Saturnalia historically incorporates communities. That's what I say, communities, into orgies, including children. Through the overt practice of S&M, you know what I'm saying, on children. Santa Claus gifting naughty, double meaning, children toys for the giving children toys for the purpose of switches. Okay? Okay? Further, the tree, as well as the thimble, what is that? The tangible portal and the burning of the Yule log, as the infants were often sacrificed into the fire. Listen to this, these people, man, listen. So, originally, the Romans were taking children, so-called Christian children, and throwing them into the fire like how you use a log. So you thinking you just throwing a log in your fireplace. The symbology in that was the Romans, you know, sacrificing children, throwing live babies into a burning fire and just sitting there and letting them cook. And I guarantee you, what they be singing by the fireplace, waiting on Santa, and all of that. See what I'm saying? And black people don't even got a damn fireplace. You know, how Santa Claus gonna get in your house when there's balls and shit all on the door? See, this shit don't even make sense. But see, you give credit to this imaginary Muzungu god from Rome and Greece when you out there working your goddamn feet to the bone to actually buy the gifts. But you don't know nothing about, you know, none of this pedophilic shit going on. Okay? So the Yule log is infants burned in the fire, were offered as a sacrifice into the fire, and it goes on today. All participants on all levels, symbolic and religious, and the ushering into power the birth of the Antichrist, as these practices were laminated into the Roman Catholicism practices, as well as others. Okay? Mithra was the god of the unconquerable sun, the god of the light between the earth, the worship between the time by the influencing Roman cult, the influential Roman cult. His birth was symbol as the end of the long days. Okay, again, the long cold days and the return of the dominance of the sun. So what did I say? You can't go out here when it's hard. That's why they say, the little, the squirrels and the animals and shit, they collect food, during the summer months. So when they go into their little burrows or whatnot, they can have some food to eat. Why? Because food is scarce when it's cold. So if you a European where you come about a Russia where it's cold 24 hours, 365 days a year, other than, during, the few little months of summer that they have, summer might last 2 months where they came from. Yo. Back, family. I don't know what the hell done happened. I don't know why I jumped off, family. I'm back, though. Let's get it. I'm back. Let me get back into the lecture, family. Let me get some feedback. Hold on. Let me turn this off. Alright, thumb up the video, family. I ain't going nowhere. Let me get back into the lecture real. Them, man. Boom. Right here. Where we was at. There we go. Alright. So, Saturnalia. Again, thumb up the video, family. Saturnalia was a Roman festival and holiday honored of the sun god Saturn, held on December 17th. Okay? December 17th, so the shit wasn't in December 25th of the Julian calendar, and later expanded with the festivals. Though the 23rd of December, the holidays were celebrated with a sacrifice at the temples of the Saturn, temple of the sun, Saturn, in the Roman forum, and the public banquet following the private gifting of the cultural partying, the continental partying of the carnival atmosphere, overturning the Roman norms of gambling and permitting mastery, providing a table service for their slaves, as it was seen as at the time. Hold on. Liberty for both slaves and free men alike. A common custom was elected of a king of Saturnalia, who would give orders to people which were followed by the preside over the merrymaking, and the gift exchanging were usually gag gifts and small figurines made of wax pottery and known Saturnalia. You know what I mean? The poet Catullus called it the best of days. Okay? So we get into something now. Okay? Thumb up the video, family. Let's get it. Okay? Saturnalia was the Roman equivalent to the early Greek holiday Cronin, which we gonna get into that in a minute, which was celebrated during the Arctic Atlantic month of Hippocrates in a later mid-summer. It held a theological importance of some Romans who saw restoration of the ancient golden age when the world was ruled by Saturn. Okay? So the philosopher Polonius, Pariety or whatever, interpreted the freedom association with Saturnalia as a symbolism of freedom of the souls entering immortality. Saturnalia was influenced by some customs associated with later celebrations in Western Europe according to the midwinter practical traditions associated with. Okay? So let's go right here. Freedom associated with Saturnalia as a symbol of freeing the souls into immortality. Saturnalia may be influenced by some customs associated with later celebrations in Western Europe occurring in midwinter, particularly the traditions associated with Christmas, the feast of the Holy Innocent, and the Epiphany. In that particular historical Western European Christian customs of electing the Lord of misrule, okay, may have been the roots of Saturnalia celebration. Okay, let's get reading. So when we go into the photos and the videos, you know, it gonna make more sense to you. Cause a lot of people gonna still, after I do this video, gonna still be out there under the mistletoe. Gonna still be out there putting presents under the tree. Okay, gonna still be out there having white Santa Claus and white Jesus. I'm just gonna be real. I mean, and you black as hell. Saturnalia, the ancient Roman festival in December, which I just showed, it was the 17th and not the 25th originally. So who changed it? See what I'm saying? Was a period of general merrymaking and was progressed into Christmas. Okay? Now, let's get it. Welcome to the white man land. Okay? Let me blow it up for you so you can see it real good. Okay? So, grown people believe in Jesus. The kids believe in Santa Claus. It's the same shit. None of them don't exist. None of them is really real. But you teach this shit to the children and try to make them, you know, worship, you know, Jesus and then Saturnalia and this, that, and the third. That's what you do. And you try to force them into this lie that some, you know, Mzungu man then came and left some cookies and, you know, and some presents. You see what I'm saying? Stop perpetuating the lie of these, you know, mythological characters. For real, because the babies and, you know, your ass think it's real. If it's Jesus, even though you know Santa Claus fake, so is Jesus. It's the same thing. Okay? It's the worship of European culture, period. Okay? Why is all, you know, the little leprechaun, you know, he white. Then Jesus white. Santa Claus white. Everything white. See what I'm saying? But they don't show that's they deities. No different when you go to Africa and it's Shango. You know what I'm saying? Each culture gonna have their interpretation of the deity. And all of their holidays of European culture is in the winter. Okay? When you look at the walls of ancient Egypt, they always worship in the sun. Okay? So, it was actually illegal to celebrate Christmas in Massachusetts between 1659 and 1681. Okay? And then you was fined for stealing. Now, it wasn't just in no Massachusetts. The whole United States, you know, was cut Christmas off because of the violent acts. Even on Halloween, they banned all of that. They banned Christmas, Halloween, all of that because of the evil acts that was going on. In fact, the holiday or the holiday was a systematic suppression by Puritans, Christians, during the colonial period, largely ignored by their descendants. Okay, so the white people that's out here practicing Christmas today, and you know, black people too, that shit came from Puritan Christians. The same people from the Inquisition that was going around killing Christians and then turn around start calling themselves Christian because they said they had the right version. That's why Christians can't get along with other Christians because they, you know, come from different sets of Christianity. Now, to me, if you a Christian, y'all supposed to be on the same team, but they not. Christians argue they can't even get that shit together themselves, but they trying to convince you into it. Okay? For real. Thumb up this video. The next festival, the next came a festival still more angolious to Christmas, the same thing that of the shortest day of a brutal winter, the solstice birthday of the new sun about to return once more towards the earth. Okay? So you got a cold day in the cold. So the little bit of sun, when the sun, you gonna worship that shit if you get that shit it is 50 below zero, 20 below zero for 6 months straight. And then you finally get a 60-degree day, and the sun shining a little bit, you gonna worship that time. After the barbarians were Christianized, I told y'all, after the barbarians were Christianized. See, they weren't Christians at first. You know what I'm saying? The people that they called themselves Christians at first, they killed all customs and superstitions which had belonged from the time of memorial to their Yule began to cluster about Christmas. Okay, so you think you worshiping the birth of some guy named Jesus or whatnot, born on December 25th, when in reality that's not accurate, because for one, it don't snow in no Africa. It's not gonna snow. It don't snow in no Ethiopia. Now hold on, I got a video for y'all. Hold on before I even play the shit. Thumb up this video. Thumb up this video. Bring some more people in here. Because it ain't just y'all need to be. Everybody need this information, man. For real. You need this information. Come on, bring some people on in here. Okay? Subscribe to the channel. Go over there to the throne. Subscribe to the throne of King Jah Power. I'm telling y'all now. Alright? So, let me play this little video, and I'm going to come right back. Jah Power.
And suddenly there was with the angel a multitude of the heavenly host, praising God, and saying, Glory to God in the highest, and on earth peace, goodwill toward men. And that's what Christmas is all about.
You hear that, boy? That's what Christmas is all about.
Actually, Granddad, Christmas is a pagan holiday. And Jesus probably hates you for celebrating it.
Ain't gonna be no Scrooges in this house, boy.
Look, Granddad, it's clear from the scripture that Jesus was not born in winter. The shepherds who saw the angels announcing his birth would not have been out in their fields in December. The Palestinian winters are too cold, if you believe in that sort of thing. The truth is, Christmas evolved from the Roman holiday Saturnalia, a winter festival where men gave gifts to each other. They also would get drunk, have sex. As a matter of fact, the United States Congress... Granddad?
I'm sorry, boy. What was that?
I just explained it.
So I told you.
And
It's these
suddenly
big
there was with
goofy
the angel
grown
a
Negroes that keep perpetuating that shit. He's sitting up there, the young man, sitting up there telling his granddaddy the history of it. And all he heard was wah, 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 wah. You know what I mean? Now, you gonna sit up here and tell lies to the babies, and then when they figure out the shit a lie, you get mad at them. You know what I'm saying? Trying to keep that, you keep it, your oppressor's religion, his dominance over you alive. So you love living in misery. Then, okay? The gladiators fought on Saturnalia. What did I tell y'all, yo? I told y'all that. Now, these slides, I ain't went through either. I been had this shit in my phone, okay? I been had this shit in my phone. The gladiators fought on Saturnalia. And I told y'all, a lot of these people that the gladiators, and I don't care, Zeus and Apollo and all of them, when they fought in them arenas, that shit be on Christmas and Easter and, all the holidays. They will be sitting there watching bloodletting. people goddamn getting fed to animals and, you know, them chopping each other up and all of this shit. Men fighting women, men, fighting animals and all of this shit. This shit come from Rome. Point blank period. Okay? So the gladiators fought on Saturnalia, and they did so far, the purpose of appeasing the petitioning Saturn. So they, appeasing Saturn and whatnot. So to appease the gods, the gladiators will fight and shed blood, to appease this god Saturn. Okay, same shit y'all doing right now. I guarantee you, on Christmas it's gonna be a big ass fight. It's gonna be some kind of big game on or something like that, and you think you just watching TV. In reality, you participating in Saturnalia. The whole thing, the food, everything. You see what I'm saying? So I'm not saying don't spend time with family, but at least put this video on and show it to them, on Christmas. So they'll know the origins of what they dealing with. And you may let them decide if you don't make them indoctrinate them into what the hell your grown ass doing. Okay? You don't do that. Okay? So the amphitheater claims its gladiators for itself when at the end of December they portray they portray with the blood of their god, the blood of the sickle bearing son of heaven, Saturn. Okay, so they doing this all in the love of their god Saturn. They doing these bloodlettings, these fights in these arenas, which we had talked about earlier. Now, so most people on planet Earth, this what they think God is. This what they think is real. They think that it's some man holding the globe in their hand. And if he feel displeased, if they, don't show up on church on time, they don't get no tithes or something like that, that God gonna get mad and just smash the earth. When in reality, that's not true. Ain't no man holding the earth in the palm of his hand. He got the whole wide world in his hands. He got the whole wide world in his hands. They sing that shit in church every day. You can ride past any black church in America. I guarantee you they singing that song. But this what we believe is true. When that's so further from the truth. See, Jesus is for the grown people that don't know no better. The Boondocks granddaddy, pops and shit. And then Santa Claus is for the children. So they get the kids a make-believe God, and you gotta make-believe God. Okay? So let's get into it. Boom. In Deuteronomy 20 and 18, that teach you not to do after all their abominations, which they have done unto their gods. So should ye sin against the Lord your God? Okay? So you participating in these festivals, the God of the Bible consider that shit an abomination. You know what I mean? You participating in some shit that he don't approve of. Okay? And he received them at their hand and fashioned it with his graving. 2, after he had made it a multi-calf, and they had said, these be thy gods, O Israel, which had brought thee out of the land of Egypt. So, again, now they got this shit from the temple of Canaan. I'm just going, because Canaan fashioned man on the potter's wheel. But it showed, if you look at it in this, in the sense of Santa Claus, or Santa Claus, it's a made up shit. In Corinthians, ye not drink of the cup of the Lord and the cup of the devil. I told you, can't serve two gods. Now, all this shit I said, on the first presentation, the first part of this presentation. Now I don't know if this now gonna be 2 different videos, but if it is, throw them both of them up. Okay, this right here, part 2. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if it reset. I don't know how this shit work. But in Corinthians 10 and 21, it say, ye not drink of the cup of the Lord, and then drink of the cup of the devil. Ye cannot be partakers of the Lord's table and the devil's table. Okay, so which one is you? Which one you gonna be? Is you gonna serve, evil, or is you gonna serve good? Cause right now, if you dealing with Christmas, the devil's holiday, okay, the devil's holiday, that ain't got nothing to do with no, God born on December 25th. That come from ancient Egypt, okay? So you can't serve to God. Now, the early Christians who first observed the nativity on December 25th did not think that Christians was born in that month. But because the heathen Saturnalia was at that time kept in Rome, and they Catholics were willing to have a pagan holiday metamorphed into a Christian one. Okay? So Christians stole a Roman pagan holiday and tried to cover it up as a Christian holiday. Okay? At the time, they persecuted Christians and were detected not by decorating their houses as Saturnalia. Okay? So they persecuted them Christians, for, not necessarily for decorating their houses, but for what they believe. Just let it bear in mind, guys, that Santa is a fat, elitist, slave master pedophilia. Okay? So, again, and which I'm going to show here in a minute. I'm just going to go on in. Bam. So you talk about, I was talking about earlier, the book Dirt. So the Moors went into Spain and showed them, burial, soap, shampoo, bathing, building, religion. You know what I mean? And gave all these tools to the European. But now today you got something called in Europe to degrade the Moors. Being kicked out of Spain in 1492, you got something they call today Black Pete, which is the slave of Santa. Now I showed y'all in the Saturnalia, the slave could be raped by, by anybody, in these Saturnalia orgies. Okay, these Saturnalia orgies, And so, even like when they talk about Nicki Minaj, that's still Roman, Italy. Okay, it all go back to the same thing. So we about to deal with the Moors, how they celebrate Christmas in Scandinavia and the Netherlands and shit like that. This right here, the Netherlands. So you got Black Pete, where they, again, they look down on the Moors, even though the Moors, try to make it seem like, they did something so great in Europe with the European. But in actuality, they look down on the Moors. Now, if you look in the Greek Bible, the Septuagint, you still got the same characters, but just in a different name. So it's still the same shit, but then you look when the Moors went into Spain and was teaching these, Hansel and Gretel thinking Europeans. I'm telling you, they think in, how they got the children in mythology. They think in mythology, okay? But in Europe, you got Black Pete. Now, I'm going to show y'all Krampus here in a second. Now, you got in America, Santa's little elves or whatever. Where in Europe, you got Santa Claus and Black Pete. And he's Santa little slave or whatever. So don't let the Moors make it seem like they did some, you know, when they signed some treaties with some Europeans or whatever. Because they never respected none of that. Okay? And so again, Black Pete, the festivals that go on in Europe. Okay? Why is we thumb up this video? Like this video, okay? But again, we got these festivals and these parades that go on in Europe. During this Saturnalia holiday. Okay, now here go Krampus. Now, this is also Santa's little helper. Now, you know, y'all call it in America the devil. Now, Krampus, he would go around just like Santa, but this again in the Netherlands, different parts of Europe, they celebrate the Saturnalia, the Yule or whatnot. But the origin of the elf is a little devil called Krampus that will go around. That's why they say, is you being naughty or nice? And he would go around going down in the chimney, breaking in people's house, stealing their children through the middle of the night. That's why if you haven't been nice, Santa, Santa today got presents. But in the Netherlands, in the origins of the pagan holiday Christmas, it was children in the knapsack. Period. So Jesus and Santa Claus is in cahoots. And they use these two symbols to make you worship the actual European. So what you're doing is actually worshiping white people. When you worship Santa Claus, you worship Jesus, you worshiping white people. That just period. Ain't no getting around that. These are the two major icons of European culture. These are the two biggest icons of European culture. You see what I'm saying? These are the two biggest. And they in cahoots with each other. Because Jesus come from Saturnalia, Roman, Greco-Roman homosexual roots. Jesus come from the same thing. Okay? Period. So they in cahoots. That's why you think that Jesus was born on December 25th when that date really come from ancient Egypt. Okay? Now, so again, the Moors in Spain. The Moors in Spain. Okay? So, again, they always show that Sambo black person. You always the slave in every story. You the slave in Christmas. You the slave in the Bible. You the slave, in the history of America. I mean, slave. You always the slave is always the European Candyland. And Mr. Candy, Monsieur Candy or whatnot, he the master. And then you got Samuel L. Jackson and shit, playing his little helper. And so it's always a slave and master narrative when it come to black people. You always gonna be the slave, they always gonna be the master. And black people, this what the origin of Christmas is. It ain't got nothing to do with no birth of Jesus or none of that. Y'all sitting up, now look at that. Now they kicked the Moors out of Spain and kicked the Moors up out of Europe and shit. But they still kept their symbols. Okay? They kept their symbols. Okay? That's why you get a lot of the churches in Europe were originally mosques. Built by the Moors. Okay? That's facts. And you will see a little plaque on some of those, a lot of big churches and cathedrals that's in Europe said this was originally a mosque in 13 or 12 this or something like that was converted into a Christian church. Now see, how the hell, if y'all Muslims and Christians, oh, I got the real faith and I got the real faith, how can you change a mosque into a church? Just like they tried to, the Romans went and turned Egyptians palaces and Egyptian temples into Christian churches. Now how you gonna do that? It's at the same time say these people evil, but you gonna take their temple and turn it into a church. If it was evil, you wouldn't even bring, that's not no house of the Lord. So you contradicting yourself at the same time. See, that's what I'm saying. Black people, look at these niggas. Hey, yo, y'all is tripping, man. I can't believe black people still worship this shit, man. Look at, they got little figurines, which I read at the front of this lecture. You know, they would make little figurines of this shit way back in ancient Greece and ancient Rome. Okay? So that's that Black Pete shit. So again, the Saturnalia festivals, that's what this shit all go back to. You know what I mean? And that's Santa Claus, so this shit fake. This shit fake. Why is we still perpetuating this to our children? Each and every day, each and every year, we still perpetuating this same lie to our children. Okay? That Jesus, and then, you know what that shit imply? That we came from white people. That's what this shit teach the children. I was just telling my daughter the same thing. My daughter 6 years old. I make it clear. Ain't no Santa Claus. That don't mean she ain't gonna get no gifts. But I make sure she know I'm Santa Claus. That is, providing these, and I get them shit all year. So it ain't about no one time of the year. So the December 25th is the death of the sun, and in America, goddamn, I mean, you might have 6 months of cold. 6 months of cold. Okay? And so when that sun rise, okay, that gotta be automatically God. But again, there it go right there. It got always a slave and master complex. Now, go watch the video I done, White Gods, Black Devils. And I explain more into this right here. Thumb up this video. Like the video. Subscribe to this channel. Okay, go to the throne and subscribe there also. Okay, now they always paint the devil black and God white. He never was red until recently, But the devil was always black to put that inherent fear in white people that these people is the devil. You know what I mean? So it get them justification to shoot your ass down. Okay, it go all, see, we think these are just paintings and all this. These are memory markers for they to keep their people's mind. These niggas is the enemy. This is what it is. Okay, it's just not no painting. Okay, so look right here. Look at this Ethiopian right here looking at this damn black devil like, now what the hell is going on? Okay. So black people looking at themselves in the mirror. This is in your Christianity. Okay? It said God made you black and ugly. Okay? Why would you keep worshiping this shit? Okay. Now, into the sacred mysteries that knew the gospels were false, but consider it necessary to keep it up in the imposition for the purposes of propagandism, but while as this transition of faith was ongoing. Okay, some of more consensuous teachers began to tell the people that the Jesus Christ that they were worshiping was not a historical person. Okay? This was regarded by conservative priests as a dangerous disclosure. Okay? And so John denounces inviters of the liars and the Antichrist, knowing that himself and his follower priests were pawns and liars that Antichrist were telling the truth. Okay? And so look, first of all, the Gospels is a lie. They knew this shit from jump. And this shit was never no historical person. Okay? Jesus Christ was never no historical person, because we think that the worship of Christmas is worshiping the birth of Jesus Christ. At least black people do anyway. You know what I mean? And that's what they perpetuate on TV, and that's what black people think is real. Okay? The Christian religion is a priority on the worship of the Son, in which they put a man who they call Christ in place of the Son, and they pay him the same adoration which was originally paid to the Son. Okay? These are the theological works of Thomas Paine in the book Theological Works. Now the 12 disciples, because we say the 12 days of Christmas, the 12 disciples is the 12 constellations. Leo, Libra, Scorpio, okay? It's not no physical men. These are astronomical symbols. The world clock, okay? The world clock, okay? And so these are the symbols of the world clock. It's not, no, these are anthropomorphic. And Jesus in the middle of the Last Supper represent the sun, okay? And each one of these men represent the 12 months. So it's the sun rotating around the 12 months, which is the Leo. Okay, the sun, the Leo is the first constellation. So he wouldn't have been born in December 25th. It would have been, July 23rd to like August the 10th. I'm a Leo. So it would have been born during my zodiac month. Okay? These are the 12 zodiacs, or the 12 disciples, or the 12 months, or the 12 constellations, or the 12 days of Christmas. Okay? So, there we go right there, family. I'm going to leave that one right there. I don't know if this going to be 2 parts. I'm going to go in here and look at it, and we going to figure it out. Make sure you thumb up the video. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Go over there to the Throne of King Jah Power. Subscribe to that channel also, and I'll be back in a minute. Jah Power. Big King. Get free or die. Heavy is the head to what